This is Kugan Cassius for IFLTV. Delighted to be joined by Mr. Ty Mitchell. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, bro. How are you?
Yeah, everything all right? All good?
Yeah, all good in the hood, mate. Just I'm in the middle of a camp at the minute myself, so I'm just tired, training. But yeah, I'm all good.
Right. So talk to me about your next fight.
Yeah, so it's an interesting one. Obviously, as you know, I signed with Misfits as a professional fighter. I think I still keep getting pushed with the same connotation that I'm an influencer boxer. So I think the person I'm fighting next is really gonna make that distinction clear. His name's Sean Hemphill. He beat Mark Jeffers in his last fight. He came to the UK, beat Mark Jeffers, who's a very good Brit. I think he's a national champion, if I believe. Went over, signed with Boxer and Sky Sports, and he was 20-0, so he's very good. And he beat him. So the guy I'm fighting is no mug. He's the current super middleweight WBA Continental Gold Champion. So yeah, it's my first 10 rounder. I look forward to the challenge.
So which card is that on, Ty?
That's on the August 30th card in Manchester.
Right. Big card that is, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of good fights on there. You've got Darren Till, you've got Salt Papi versus Tony Ferguson, you've got Joey Essex on there. Um, you've got quite a good few fighters on there, to be honest. It should be good.
I know, like, obviously, speaking to you over the last few months, it was important for you. I know you're on the misfit scene, but you want to be recognised, from the professional side of things. So, yeah, I mean, this does that no harm whatsoever.
Yeah, like even my last fight against Idris, it was a fully fledged professional fight. It went on BoxRec. It was governed by a professional governing body, and a good one, a noticed one. Um, And yeah, like it's. I feel like this fight can definitely do that because I'll have a world ranking if I beat him. Inshallah, I beat him. So once I beat him, I'll have a world ranking. I'll be ranked, I think, top 15 and top 10. I think in a couple of governing bodies or around that. So yeah, it's a good fight, and I'd be ranked, I think, second or third in Britain.
Do you finally feel like things are starting to kind of take off in terms of where you want to be? We know kind of your background. It's been like a long, grueling process for you to kind of even get to this stage. But are you kind of confident now that you're on a kind of consistent route now to where you hopefully want to be?
Yeah, I feel very blessed, very lucky, and very privileged to be in the position I'm in. Obviously, I still feel like my best years are behind me, but I feel like I've still got enough in the tank to make it to the top. So this is like look, if let's call a spade a spade. If I had the option, I wouldn't be fighting somebody of this caliber in my second fight back or my third fight back. If you want to class Tommy Hinch as a fight, um, so I wouldn't. I would have preferably liked a few more fights just to get used to it. But I don't have time on my side. I'm 35 at the end of the year, so I just have to take risks and prosper.
Hmm. I understand. Have you been sparring Dillian Whyte?
Yeah, so I was out in Portugal. I was sparring Dillian Whyte for his upcoming fight against Moses. Obviously, I'm southpaw. I'm tricky. I can take a dig, so we was having it in sparring. And yeah, it was good. It was good. He seems in amazing shape. His mind's in the right place. It's not going to be no easy feat because we know how good Moses is. But I think it's a far more 50-50 fight than what people think, than what I've listened to people think. I think as it's getting closer, people are starting to realize actually Dylan's no mug. So. It'll be a good fight, man. I think it'll be very dangerous for Dylan the first 5 rounds because he's so quick and explosive, Moses. But I think the longer the fight goes on, the more it leans. If the fight gets stopped in the first half of the fight, I think it's more likely to be Dylan. But I think anything after that, I favour Dylan to win.
Hmm. Give us a little insight into how the sparring's been. How many rounds you've done? Like, what kind of work was it for you?
Yeah, so we sparred on multiple occasions. I was there first. I was doing like six when he was just starting getting into camp. Was doing six straight. And then I would change, and sometimes I'd do six, sometimes I'd do three because we had more sparring partners come over. So we mixed it up. But he's a very hard man to deal with because he's so unorthodox and so game. So you have to be careful because obviously he's a big puncher and he's not bothered about, do you know what I mean, taking one to give one. So you have to be on your feet. And he's just a big man, and he's trying to push him off. It was tiring for me. I'm only a super middleweight, but it was good sparring, man, and it was nice. More than anything, I'm more happy. I'm very impressed with the shape he's in. You'll see when on the weighing day, I guess. But also his mindset. I think he's really up for this fight. So
yeah, we can see obviously he's in good shape. We've seen a few videos, and I've you can just tell his head's got smaller. I don't think he'll mind me saying, but his head's got smaller, so he's in good shape.
Yeah, he is. He started the cap in good shape. Like I said, I'd not seen him for a while. I got that. I said, "Fucking hell, you big? You in good shape, aren't you? Like you're looking big but lean." So yeah, he's in good shape, man. Good mental strength, good mental health. Mental, his head's in the right place and he's physically in the right place. Um, but it's no easy feat for either of them. It's, do you know what I mean? It's someone coming towards the end of their career and someone starting their career. It's one of them fights again that we see many times in boxing.
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone I spoke to is kind of are backing Moses, 20 years old, but kind of what we've seen of Moses, we know that he is the real deal. And I suppose to take a fight like Dillian Whyte at 20 years old after however many fights is it's a bold move, but they're obviously confident. But are people too many people sleeping on Dillian Whyte and thinking that this is going to be just kind of a rollover job for Moses? I don't think that's the case, but do you think that's what people are thinking?
Yeah, I think they're gonna. Obviously, people get caught up in that hype a lot. I think Moses' hype is more than deserved because of how he's performed. But he's not boxed no one even close to Dillian's level. Now, Dillian can punch. One thing we know about Dillian, he's got half a line and he can punch. Um, and you've got to give it Moses because, like you say, look, he's 20 years old. He has no right fighting people like that at this age. So give him his dues, man. He's ballsy as anything. I respect it. But I feel like people are obviously looking at his last performances and then looking at Dillian's and thinking Dillian's fell off. But also, as you know, in boxing, it takes that fight, that type of fighter, to get someone going. And I think this is definitely the fight for Dillian to get him going. I think with the last few fights, he's been up his arse with things holding him back in the sport and trying to just mentally try and keep in the gym, but he's not really been in the gym. Then he obviously I think he had a big fight coming up, and then he injured himself. So I think this one is really mentally there. So I feel like you'll see a good Dillian White, a very good Dillian White.
Well, listen, we'll be in Saudi next week anyway. Obviously, that fight's on August the 16th, which is next Saturday a week, this Saturday. But yeah, as regards to you, we'll be in Manchester as well for August the 30th. So I suppose we'll kind of catch up in proper depth then.
Definitely. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to seeing you soon, my bro.
Have you got anything else you'd like to say, Ty?
Nah, bro. Just stay tuned. August 30th. Inshallah, I'll get the victory.
All right. Ty,
No,
thank
bro.
you very much for talking to IFLTV. We'll see you in Manchester.